for invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father in heaven, we are indeed grateful for this beautiful day and for the opportunity we have to have moisture coming our way and to enjoy the benefits and blessings of being here in West Haven. We're grateful for this board and for the opportunity we have to discuss and work through some of the issues that may come up within the city related to our sewer. And we ask Thee to bless us to make those decisions and be thoughtful and mindful in the direction that we go. We ask Thee to bless those who are not with us this evening. They will be watched over. Ask a special blessing on Mr. Warren for his family member who is sick at this time, and hope that they will recover. We're grateful again for all the many blessings we share. These things humbly in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. Thank you. Number 3, public presentations. Nobody is here, so we'll go on with that. Number 4, public hearing. The resolution 02-2025 for the purpose of considering the express bill pay fees and allowing the district to bill those fees to the account holders. We'll entertain a motion to enter a public hearing.
So moved.
All right. We have
A second? I second that.
We have a first and a second, so we'll go ahead. Mayor, do we need to roll call this?
Yeah, we have to wait for,
Okay,
so you're seeing no comment or no one come up
okay,
for that. So we need to enter into that, which we did.
right. I didn't know if we
And
need to make a roll call because we entered into the motion to do that.
So
So
now
we're
we've
there.
got the motion.
Okay.
Now, all in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Any opposed? Okay. Any discussion that we need to make with this? Any concerns? Okay. Anybody want to say anything on this? Nobody's here? We'll go ahead and
Now you need a motion to go out of that,
to get out of it or to approve it.
to get out of the
Okay.
public hearing.
All right. So we'll entertain a motion to leave the public hearing.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we got it.
Yep.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Number 5, action items. A is the action to public hearing, Resolution 202-2025, for the purpose of considering express bill pay fees and allowing the district to bill those fees to the account holders. Make a motion to, any discussion?
Is there, I just want to open up for discussion. Is there any comment, Therese, on any of that? Okay.
All right. We'll entertain a motion to pass.
I'll make a motion to approve action item 02-2025 for the purpose of considering express bill pay fees, the district to be billed to those account holders.
I'll second.
All right, we have a first and a second. Do a roll call.
You will need to do a
Yeah.
roll call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clarence? Do a roll call.
Aye.
Okay,
Yeah.
James?
Aye.
Melinda?
Aye.
Mayor?
Aye.
And I also vote aye. Thank you. We'll go to number 6, staff report.
Could be.
Oh, sorry, I saw that was red. I'm sorry, we're still there. Schedule a budget meeting and select budget committee members.
Just like 2 or 3 is all.
Okay,
Like we do every year,
Yeah.
one on a
then
Friday or.
Our treasurer can meet in person on the 24th, 25th, or 27th and 31st. So if any of those days work, and then she could meet on Zoom the week of the 24th, anytime before 2. So it's pretty open,
Just need two of us again.
2 or 3 or all. It's up
Or
to you
all.
guys.
So Monday, Thursday, Monday.
Yeah.
I'm available for the 27th would probably be better for me.
This is an evening.
It could be anytime, day or evening.
24th,
And is
27th.
that, did you say it was on Zoom?
We could do in person, preferably with the treasurer, but
Before 2
yeah,
on the 24th.
I could do Zoom if you need me on the 27th. 24th, probably not.
24th, 25th, 31st. So basically Mondays, basically Monday and Tuesday.
27th.
27th.
Yeah, Thursday.
Okay. I've written that down wrong. And usually right around lunchtime, correct?
do what?
Around 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
you did last time?
That's what we've done in the past, but if we need to do it later, we can.
I could do the 27th at that. Or the 24th at noon.
And then you said you could do the
I could.
27th.
Yep.
Okay. And then Clarence, did you?
The 24th. Yeah, how long's it run?
I'd say it's usually an hour or 2.
It was about 2 hours, yeah.
Can run up to 6 hours.
Clarence can do it.
I could do the 24th.
The 24th?
yeah.
Okay.
At noon, if it's at noon.
Yeah, we'll shoot for noon. Does that work for everybody?
I gotta be in Salt Lake.
24th is more difficult, but
Is it?
we could probably, we'll make it work.
Okay.
You okay with that, James?
27th is probably better for me as well, but
You only really need two. Two people.
If you guys are good with the 27th, we can do the 27th.
Let's do that.
That work?
Melinda's like,
27th?
I can do the 27th if you need me.
yeah, she could do the 27th. I can do the 27th also. 24th or 27th. Oh,
So if you want to do 4 people, we have to notice it. So I just need to know
We'll just,
who.
I
If-
I won't be offended if you have. to.
It's up to you guys.
I've done it a few times, but I'm okay coming. I'm helping out, whatever.
Melinda?
I'm fine. Whatever you want. I will be on Zoom though.
Okay.
It'll just be from school.
Do you guys all want to be there? Because we can do it all. We just have to notice it.
I think 2 would be fine.
That's too fine. We always do
I
two.
will excuse myself from the group then.
Okay. So you 3
Sure.
sure.
on the
count me in.
27th at noon.
I'll be
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Perfect.
I really enjoyed when I first got on the board. It was really fun to go through and
Yeah.
see all the budgeting side of it. So I think it's good for board members to be on it.
So this one we don't need to do action on because it's not going to make a quorum.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
So that we can just move on the agenda. Is that what you mean?
yep, number 6.
Okay. All right. Staff report and the project updates. John?
Well, so what we have is 2,700. That is finally all the engineering's done. It's been awarded. Corio Construction has it. They've got notice to proceed, but I don't believe they're gonna be doing a couple of little things before they actually get started. So they're gonna wrap a couple of things up, but we're looking at probably the 9th of June is the start date. Which might be, it'll work out. I wish it was, I was hoping it was gonna start earlier, because by the time their finish date is in February and paving the parking lot and stuff, they may not get asphalt and have to wait till after the plants open up and stuff, so that's kind of a bummer that it's going that late, but that's kind of where we're at with it. So I'll keep you updated on that. I'm gonna get a bunch of photos and stuff to you guys before we tear it down or start, just kind of the way it is now, and we'll kind of update with some photos throughout the process of that project, so that each month we can kind of see where we're at and what's going on when I report on it.
Be good.
We have a couple other projects that we're trying to wrap up that's on our budget. One of them is the rock. It's like $10,000 we put in for rock. We was gonna have brought out and put around the 4450 lift station. That was a price that we got from Savage to come in and put the rock out there. But I think we're gonna do that in-house because we have some time this spring. I think when it gets a little better here, we can probably truck that into that site. We were gonna have them take some over to 40. The whole reason why we was using Savage is because they can shoot the rock, and 4700, there's no way we can get a truck or a backhoe or anything in there. So we can't, we would have to either wheelbarrow it or whatever. So we was gonna have them shoot that rock there and then use the rest over at the other place. But I think we can probably save a little money. I think we can do most of it in-house. So we'll do what we got to do with that, but I think we'll be money ahead. And we'll be just doing that here in the next month or so. We'll get started there. We've wrapped up a lot of the compliance stuff with the state. This time of the year is real busy with that. All of our reports are, especially on the water side, water, even though it's just a small water system, creates a lot of reports and a lot of compliance stuff. So getting our water rates in and our different reports out takes some time. We have to deal with Roy. I've waited to get their numbers of what they sold us. And we've run into problems in the past with that where they give us that they sold us, say, 75 million gallons. Well, we show that we sold 80. And we're like, whoa, the state questions that kind of work. They're like, you guys, how did you make 5 million gallons? So I had them change their meters out because their meters weren't capturing the low flows. I kept telling them that the compound meters that they were using don't capture low flows and our meters do. So we're reading everything and they're not. So they did, and it's not that we want to pay them more money, but I need the reports and I need everything to be accurate. So this year we purchased 77 million from Roy and sold 75. So that's good because we flush hydrants and the state likes us to show a little loss. In fact, one year we didn't have any loss. The numbers they gave me matched my numbers. I think they used my numbers and that caused a problem too. And the state was telling us, you got to show a loss. I said, well, we haven't had any broken mains. We were metering all of our flushing. We were metering everything. So it would come out pretty close. They kicked it back and said, and it's funny because when I sign on these things, it's like by penalty of law, you sign this and on, and that it's accurate and correct. So when I make it correct, that's the number I want to give them. So I just told them, you're gonna have to get with Roy because this is what we sold. It matched up. I don't know what to tell you. And anyway, we've kind of been going back and forth, but since this year is the first year that's finally gone right with their meters, I didn't meter some of the flushing this year, and we didn't meter some of the cleaning, like sewer company that come in, we'd have them go to our hydrants and hook up and stuff. We didn't meter that, and I did that just so that it would show a little bit of a loss, and so they like you to show 2 to 4% loss for whatever reason. It just makes no sense, but dealing with the state's difficult when you get working with them guys. So that went good. And then our sanitary survey reports and everything came back good. The lead and copper samples and our DBPs and our BAC-Ts that we take they up that this year with our population now at 3,600 people on the water. It went up to where we're doing 4 every month we take daily ones. We have to take daily ones for the chlorine readings and stuff. So we have to do a chlorine sample every day that we work. You're supposed to at least have, I think you have to have 3 a week or something. So we just do one kind of every day. But anyway, with a new population on our water system, we had to put in a sample station. So next month, they just got that installed today. We only needed 2, now we got to do 4. We had 3 sites, but we had to add a 4th one in. The way they do that is these sample stations is where we go draw the water, and they have to be certain types of taps. It's not something you can just go in and get from a sink. You can if you had to, but it has to be a boreless, smooth, no threads type of a faucet. We have to use alcohol and gloves. I mean, we don't want to, anything can mess up them samples. So we take 4 at each place and send it in. They do the back keys on it. If one comes back bad, then I get a notice within 24 hours that it's bad. And then we'd have to go out and sample that same site again, 5 connections downstream and 5 connections upstream. So to get this report to the state, we had to submit a new site plan of our sample plan showing where we take them, if we get a bad sample, which knock on wood, we haven't, and hopefully we don't, but and getting all that information down to the state, but we've got that all completed. Nate sent that sample site down today. So I think other than getting our consumer confidence report out on the water side of things that needs to be done in the next week or so, then I think we're all good on the compliance on that. There is compliance that we have to do with the state with the wastewater as well. That report, we submitted that a couple weeks ago and everything looks good on that one. So our compliance side of things is looking good.
Good.
Other projects, we have the generators that we purchased, I don't know, a year and a half ago. It's
It's
been so
been
long, I
years.
forget about them.
Been 2 years almost now.
It's been a long time. And then the last thing I heard today was in Denver. Now I heard that the slated date was going to be the 19th of this month to get it built and sent out. And now I heard it got pushed to the 28th of this month. So we're still waiting for generators.
We're getting close.
We have one for 4,700 that's still waiting to go in, and this 2,700 project, which is fine because we're not to the point where we need it, but hopefully we get generators here. They are the slowest things in the world to get.
Wow.
Other than that, I think we're doing okay. We got a project on 5,100 with that manhole refurbishing down there and stuff that will be taken care of here, hopefully on this, trying to get everything that's on this budget, with the exception of the 2,700 lift station, done. So the land purchase stuff we'll talk about here in just a minute, but that's it.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Ed?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Maybe I'll give you a brief update on where we stand with our impact fees.
Okay.
We've been working to get our impact fee facilities plan completed. That's essentially our impact fee master plan in terms of what projects we determine might be impact eligible going into the future. I think we finally have a complete analysis, and we're doing our first review through that report with the assistance of the city manager. Once we address those comments, there'll probably be one more to wrap things up. And then they'll be able to finalize the impact fee analysis, which will actually give us the dollar value for what the impact fee will be. At this point, I'm still hopeful that we'll get it in place and be able to start charging these fees when the new fiscal year starts. I'm not so sure where the user fee study will fall in that timeframe, but we're trying to sort of overlap them a little bit. So next time we speak with the consultant, we'll probably ask him a little bit more about that. But that'd be good also to implement it when the fiscal year starts.
Great. Good. Good luck with that. And thank you. All right. We'll go to number 7, the Central Weber update. Mayor?
Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. So not a long meeting tonight, but they did go through a few things that were interesting overall. They're getting everything, the numbers together for the 1900 sewer line rehab. They're going to go through and upgrade. That will affect West Haven, Hooper, and Roy. They did their first initial that they did was $10 million to put that line in. It just came back at 20. And they suspect that by the time, with all the resins and all the upgrades on things that are coming from some of the tariffs and so forth, that they may see it go up to 35. So they're going to bond for around 35,000 or 35 million.
Wow.
So it'll be interesting to see how that all comes together. But that's a big project that they're going to bond for. They also, we ended up with the Little Mountain Service Area. They are going to proceed and move forward with collections, but that is going to be on a separate agenda. So, but the contract with them over there will continue for them to run Little Mountain out there and take care of that. But they will have a collection for fees out there. So I kind of would like to see us at least look at that to see if there's a possibility. If we wanted to try to expand a little bit, there's a possibility we could to the west on collections. But I don't know. That'd be something to discuss with the city manager and see if it's anything that we would even be interested in doing as they bring on more business out there, or if we want to get involved with any of that. So just something to think about down the road. The other thing is that we just finished our legislation session just recently, about a week ago, and there's quite a bit still on for special service districts, but nothing that was major. So hopefully I can report to the board a little bit more as we look into the special service districts and see if there was anything that came up that would be of interest on that.
Okay.
So
Just, or yeah, I didn't mean to, I'm not cutting you off.
oh, go ahead.
With the 1900 West project that they're doing, there's a couple of projects that we're going to try to piggyback on. They're coming across a couple of connections that we have where we're tied onto them that are undersized. We were looking at upgrading the pipe that's an 8 now to a 10 or a 12 in the future. So while they got the road open and those manholes exposed and everything, we're going to see if we can't get that at least stubbed out of 1900 over to a manhole or something, so that when we do it, we're not coming back and going through the state problems and trying to get all that lined up. So there's like 2 places that we're looking to do that. So I don't know how, I mean, I don't know if it's something they add to their project and we reimburse. I've been in contact with the company that's doing it. So we're going to see if it's something that's going to be a reimbursement or if it's something, you know, I'd like to have them while they're there doing the work and they're right around the manhole, see if that's just something that they can either do or if we need to hire someone, whatever. But it'll be in our best interest to get that out of the road. We know we're going to have to upgrade them sooner than later. It'll save us down the road from having to go cut back into it and pay all those fees and deal with that. So
What's the length of run that you're going to have to put, say, a 12-inch line in?
yeah, so the one problem is we're out at just north of 1800 south on that end, that Previdel and Homes and all that, everything that comes down 1800 goes over through where kind of goes to the north and up through I can't think of the name of the company that's at the end of that dead end over there, concrete place.
Conrock?
Kilgore?
Granite,
Who?
granite.
Well, it does kind of, it's just south of Granite. We come out there and tie onto it. That's the last manhole that they're going to, but that line is an 8. Everything, it's got like an 8 coming off of there. Then it goes to a 10 because we upsized it. And it's one that we're looking at. It's working, but it's not, it doesn't have a lot of give in that line. I mean, we're getting hit close to capacity. So if there's any kind of other development or any other that goes in there, we'll be in trouble. So we're going to try to upsize that. We'd like to take it. I think we should take at least the part coming out and come 100 feet out of the right of way and everything and place a manhole. And I think we should just do that as a 12 instead of just to be safe. So we never have to go out in that road because it's a major deal when you cut into that road. The other one's a little further north. That one's not so much that needs to be upsized. When we had that camera, they had buried a bunch of 90s. The line, I don't know what they were trying to get under when they laid the pipe, but we can't get cameras and cleaning through the last 50 feet where it ties on because it goes out and then they 90'd it up. And instead of using like 245s and making it a smooth transition, they put 90s in there and we can't get through it. So while they're there, we'd like them to at least see if we can't somehow straighten that out, take it back a little further, get rid of the 90s out of there. So Anyway, I just was thought about that when you mentioned the 1900 project, that
Okay.
I don't know when their timeframes are exactly, if this is something we can get on a budget for this year, or if it's going to be a cost that it may be, I don't know. When they're there, maybe we look at some prices. I don't know even how to look at them right off the hand, so. we'll
Yeah,
try-
because it's going to such a large amount, it's got to go to a public hearing.
Yeah.
So that'll be, I think they'll hold that on the 21st of April. So you probably won't get a response back and money, tied in on what the cost is going to be and everything, probably till, I would say, at least the end of April.
So then, and the scope of work, I don't know what the timeline is. It's probably quite a while.
Oh, I would say so. Yeah, that's a
I-
long
It may
road.
be something that we may throw a number on the budget, just to at least do because they're starting from the south and working north. Maybe we at least get that part on it, something, a number in there, just a sensible number. I mean, we'll do some investigation and figure out what we think, but anyway, just so that we may have to amend it or change it. I just don't want to be like, they're there now and we need to get it done and we didn't budget, but it's going to cost us, $5,000 or 8,000 or whatever, and we don't really have anything there, but just kind of a heads up on that.
Do you foresee any issues with easements if we extend off that manhole to get off 100 feet to?
No, because we already have the easement where the
Okay.
existing's at,
Good.
so we should be good.
Just mainly a replacement, isn't it?
Yeah, just upsizing it and replacing the one pieces, but,
Good.
all right,
Great.
just kind of a heads up, so when it comes up, you kind of will know what we're talking about there.
Well done, by the way. Great idea. How many times do we see us cut into a road and then 6 months later we're cutting in again
Yeah,
because they couldn't
Yep.
figure something
Foresee
like
that,
that.
You mean how many weeks?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Whoops.
Anyway, so thank you. Good.
yeah, we want to stay ahead of that kind of stuff.
Good. Good. All right. Let's move on to number 8, the executive session. The board will consider a motion to enter into a closed meeting for the purpose of a strategy session to discuss the purpose, exchange or purchase, exchange, lease, or sale of real property and the character of a professional competence of an individual to be held in accordance with the provisions of Utah Code 52-4-205.
It doesn't have the.
Oh, okay. We'll reread that. Sorry. Number 8, the executive session. The board will consider a motion to enter into a closed meeting for the purpose of the strategy session to discuss the purpose, exchange, lease, or sale of real property to be held in accordance with the provisions of Utah Code 52-4-205. We'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right.
All in favor?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. We'll wait